If you've been feeling frustrated on this healing path, don't worry, I have been too. That's why I made this video, to help you to navigate this time. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it and talk about what healing is. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what healing is, and I actually think this is best with a demonstration. So I put this together. A lot of people think healing is like this. So you can see this. People think this is healing. That's not healing. Okay, the healing journey is more along the lines of this. So you can see it getting lighter and lighter, and that's more what the healing journey is like. Okay, when you can see that for what it is and realize that the healing journey isn't to fix you, because A, you're not broken, you don't need to be fixed, you're not a car. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. It's all very purposeful, and it's all to get you to somewhere better. And when you can see it for what it is, when you can look at it as that opportunity for growth, that way to expand your soul, and really to experience this life to the fullest, that's when you can start making those major shifts in your life and really start healing and embracing the healing journey. I think as part of our society, in order to have like those instant results, we're looking for the next thing, the next like cure, the next technology to fix us. And that's not, I mean, you're just chasing that like next thing to fix you, when in actuality, what you're looking for is to find out what's causing that in the first place. Okay, you're not trying to get rid of symptoms. You're not trying to just fix it, like put a Band-Aid on something. It's actually getting to the core of why that's happening, why it's there, and then shifting that and changing that and kind of healing from the inside out. So what I've noticed for myself is there's a lot of layers to healing. Okay, every time I move through something, I will be aware of something else underneath that. So by addressing certain things, new things come to the surface that maybe I haven't dealt with. Sometimes there are things that I already thought I was past, and that's okay too, because I'm in a better spot to address some of the finer nuances, some of the other parts of that situation, of that experience, that I can take a look at, and yeah, don't need that. So it's kind of like this upward spiral as we continue on this healing journey. Okay, and even though I mentioned this like spiral, it's not like that at all. Okay, it's definitely not a linear path. It should be more like this, but then in a circle, overall going up. And that's really what the journey's like. There's lots of days that I'm like, how the hell am I back here? I've been doing all this work. Why do I feel this way? Like, it's actually what prompted me to make this video. There was like a week not too long ago where I didn't want to be around me. We're barely even talking in this household, just because I was just in a rough spot. And these things were coming up for me to process and really address, but I was actually kind of making it harder, I think, because I was fighting it rather than just being curious, just being open, and just really looking at it from a neutral standpoint. Instead, I was almost creating more resistance, like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I don't even think that. And it was weird because there was such a disconnect between what I think now and the things that were coming up. And I was having a really hard time with it. And I kind of see things now a little bit differently. I used to look at healing as solely just trying to become the best version of yourself. And that's all well and good, but now what I'm realizing is that it's not only just becoming the best version of yourself, but ultimately loving and fully accepting the worst version of yourself. It's a lot trickier to do. Everyone loves the great version of themselves, but that worst version of themselves, if you can step into fully accepting them, fully loving them, that's when the real healing occurs. And I've noticed by by me pushing away the, that I shouldn't be feeling like this, and why is this coming up? I thought it was past this. It was just creating more resistance. And now that I've been able to lean into that and be like, okay, just accepting, hey, you were a dick. Hey, you did think those things. Hey, you weren't the nicest person here. Once I kind of stepped more into that like state of acceptance, and I still have work to do on this, but then it really softened it, that the things that were coming up got a lot quieter, and it was just me embracing that part of it and really looking at it for what it was. Because you were a dick, now you can have compassion for people that are like that to you. So you have to kind of play all the parts to really have that full appreciation and to have that compassion for other people, because hey, you used to be there yourself. And I think once I fully accepted that more and more, it makes me way better at the work that I do, even just like showing up in the world. I have more compassion for people, where they're at, and it's actually just a very beautiful thing. I think the other thing that was kind of holding me back too was also the fear. I'm like, crap, I'm back here. I'm like, I didn't want to go back to what I was doing, even though I'm in a way different spot than I was back then. But there was part of this fear of not wanting to go back to that. And I think that fear created some of that resistance. And once I stepped into that and just acknowledged, hey, you're stronger, you're in a better spot, you know how to navigate this, you're not going to end up back there again. Once I was able to kind of wrap my mind around that, then that resistance kind of faded away. Okay, so just stay curious. Don't be so rigid in these things as they come up, as you can process these things. And yeah, I think that's really helped me on my journey. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are some things that helped you on your healing journey that you'd like to share with others? Please put those in the comments below. I'll also be sharing 2 videos that helped me. And I'll share those at the end here at this end screen. One is about my healing of my hernia. And then what I kind of went through with that, what I learned along the way, and then some common blocks to healing, so you can know some of these things ahead of time so you can avoid these common pitfalls and traps. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next video.